Well, thank you, Jason and Ted. I'm going to talk about very important concept, which is the RB8 Cloud. Before we talk about RB8 Cloud, we first need to define what cloud is. So let me briefly talk about that. What is cloud computing? So cloud computing is the practice of using a network of remote servers hosted on the internet to store, manage, and process data rather than a local server or personal computer. Let me give you an example of OMTI, what we had to do. When we were in Houston 3 years ago, we had a huge rack in the back server room housing 7 servers to serve RB Web, our own server, and all kinds of stuff that we had to maintain the hardware, bring in repair technicians once in a while. We had to constantly upgrade to the latest version of Windows servers, SQL servers, and so on. Very costly. And when a storm moves in, we had to shut everything down, cover with the vinyls, and which means the RB Webs goes down and so on. So we said, this is too much. And then we had to move all that stuff to San Francisco. So before we moved, we got a little smarter, and we decided to allocate at least important couple servers to an organization called Rackspace, basically remote site that we don't have to drag that server around anymore. Then came Microsoft. They announced the cloud, Azure, and then now we have entire servers up with them. We no longer house any servers anymore. We have no servers in-house, no more technicians, and so on. So that's the usage of cloud computing example. So why would you move to the cloud? Well, no servers to maintain, very costly, no more hardware technicians, and so on. Disaster recovery, no more power outages, no more backups. Oh, oops, we thought we were doing backups, but backups are 6 months old. We have too many occasions of these clients not having the latest backup. It's an economical and scalable. So as you grow your company, you can simply say, well, I'm going to add one more user license, and the server simply grows. And you say, well, I have more repository files, and I want to sign up for more space. That's all you need to do. You don't have to worry about getting a new server with a more capacity and so on. Now you can work from anywhere, even from Korea. Now let me talk about RB8 Cloud in particular, using this cloud computing concept. As I said, it runs on Microsoft Azure. As long as Microsoft will be around, it'll be always up, it'll be always on. It's secure in that we no longer will require you to open up some ports on your firewall for RB Web and RB8 to work. So no longer requirements of ports opening, so you will be secure from hackers. Once you go on cloud, your RB8 server will be sitting right next to the RB Web server we already have up on Azure, so we'll have a better performance for RB Web. You no longer have to purchase individually software such as a SQL server to allow full text search. Once you go on RB8 Cloud, you will have the full text search feature without having your own SQL Server software purchased. And this will be available on first quarter of 2015. Now, the reason we developed RB8 Cloud is because of from many requests from many of you, particularly small clients that said, you know what, I'm getting really sick and tired of maintaining my own server. Can you guys actually host? But we were hesitant hosting your server because obviously we are not hardware company, but now we trust Microsoft and they'll do a better job, and simply we'll set up a virtual machine on Microsoft Azure to host your server in a sense. So plan and think about in the future when you feel you're ready to, like we did, to get rid of all the servers in-house for all the reasons that I just mentioned, then think about RB8 Cloud. It simply is a expanded version of RBA subscription. Simply you will add to the same price of subscription plus whatever small costs that are actually occurring on Microsoft Azure. So when you budget for next year or 2016, whatever, when you're allocating hardware's budget, technicians and maintenance cost and all that, and disaster recovery, think about RB8 Cloud.